I'm back with another episode of Final Say, the Enlightened One, aka Highly Gifted. So today episode, I'm gonna do a lot of freelancing and freestyling, and for a lot of you guys out there with freelancing is, I'm gonna do what comes off the top of the head, and I'm gonna do, what comes, straight from my soul and my spirit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, feeling come from the heart, you guys. So I try to do a lot of mental work, when I come to, the show and I come to my platform and I pray that I do reach whoever I can, when I talk about a lot of things, whether that's healing, medication, education, information that's helpful. So today I'm gonna do a lot of, freelancing and freestyling. So what I want to freestyle today is about control, you guys. There's three kinds of control. You under control, you in control, or you out of control. So to stay under control, you have to work on a lot of self-discipline. You have to, be to yourself so you can know yourself. You better than you. And if you don't feel like get to know yourself better. Challenge yourself to do better things for yourself. And for some of us out there, or for majority of us, or whatever percentage of us that do have children, okay, so build that amongst your children. That becomes your tribe. You know what I mean? If you just have, it's just you and your two kids, or you and your four kids, have it work out, you and one kid, and you like, it's just us against the world. Really take that approach more than really say that. So what I'm saying is, when you take that approach as you and your child against the world, that means that you're going to go all out to make sure your child stands by the facts and lives by the facts with every vast set of life, whether that's things that's going to take you and your child through an emotional roller coaster. I mean, yes, emotional roller coaster, nobody wants to go through that. However, since your child will stand and live through the truth, the older they get and the more mature they becomes less insecure, and things that's weak won't never bother them. Somebody trying to talk about them, say things behind their back, trying to build them up to somebody that they not, because they really know who they are on the inside from the core. They know their character. They know that they have integrity. They know that pride and ego doesn't last long when you're looking to prosper in life. And I don't mean just making money. I don't mean just being successful. I don't mean just doing things and having things. I mean, in your inner body, in your soul. Your soul feels when you at peace with something in your life. So somebody else could want to see you become a scholar, or somebody else could want to see you work on Wall Street, or somebody else could want to see you be a CEO of a big company. You might just want to say, you know what? I just want to be a healer and just talk to people and connect with people on that level. If I get something out of it, I get something. If I don't, I don't. But this is what my soul is going to be at peace with. That's like me coming to my show, even though it's called Final Say. My soul is at peace with what I'm doing. Like I said, I had other business ventures that I still dib and dabbed in, and I was into at one point before the show started to do what it do, and not because the show will or did or is taking off, is because my soul, my compassion is into this. Not saying my other business ventures they wasn't, but it took so many other things and people to be involved where you couldn't see everything that my soul and my compassion and my dignity and my integrity was involved in, because it consists of so many other people where you could say, well, that did kind of good because remember that person, or that was kind of successful because that person helped, or remember that was good because this person was in his ear, or that. So me doing this, I don't have nobody in my ear telling me what to say, how to look, when to do it, when to rehearse, when to edit, when I'm doing everything on my own. What I did have that I appreciate was I had tutelage throughout my life to give me the strength, to give me the knowledge, to give me the integrity to come to this type of platform to do what I do. But nobody told me to do what I do. Nobody showed me how to do what I do. I had to learn that, but it had to come from inside of me. It had to come from in my soul. I had to have compassion to say, you know what, despite the memes, or despite the jealousy, or despite the hate, or despite the mocks, the mimics, whatever's gonna come on the negative or the positive. Like people like, yo, we think you one of the best, earth healing speakers that we ever heard on YouTube, or we ever seen on YouTube, or we ever seen on the news, or whatever media outlets. That shouldn't change my perspective on how I'm going to approach what I do, or the compassion I have for what I do. Nothing is going to change that, except for when the Most High give me a different vision to go in. That's when my energy or my compassion would change, because now the Most High sent me a sign. Okay, direct your energy and go this way with it now. But otherwise, I'm not gonna let a person, a substance, a thing, a material thing alter what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Of course, now if my health is not right, then I'm not going to be able to perform, up to the standards that you guys are going to be accustomed to and getting accustomed to or getting used to, so to speak. And I appreciate that. However, it's nothing else that should stop me from having compassion for doing this, because this is what it's about. It's about healing mentally, physically, spiritually, psychologically, because we all at some point or another need that. It's like when you was younger, if you're older, if you're 35, and we all had somebody in our community that we felt like was kind of like a bully, or somebody that people had to look a certain way towards, like, you can't go there, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. That came from that person probably being bullied or intimidated at one point in their lives, like coming up, like they probably had older family members, or people in the street, or whatever, whoever was in their environment probably was intimidating them to some sort of factor, or they probably was hurt or stricken or things taken from them. So now they feel like, when they see you, it's like if you just walk into the store, mind your business, and they look at you, look at them, what you looking at? And they may say that in an intimidating way to see if the intimidation thing may work, or to see, psychologically where your mind is at. Because we all have the instincts, like animals, to defend ourselves to a degree. Like, because if you think, they say, you get a cat in the corner, they feel threatened, they're going to attack you. So it's like that. We all have those instincts in us. And we all have the intuition to know what to do. If we follow our intuition, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, guys. But that's something that we got to, learn how to do too. Stick with our gut and our intuition. If your intuition say, ignore these people, just keep walking, do that. Don't let your heart and your ego or your pride get the best of you. Because I've been in situations where I know I should have walked away. And some of those situations that got the best of me, whether I got my ass beat, whether I had to run, whether I got robbed, whatever it was, my pride and my ego didn't allow me to say, you know what, man up and just go the other way. You know what I mean? Now that I have the psychological approach, I know how to do that. I'm willing to do that. And I'm not going to allow somebody to look at me as less than who I know that I really am. Because I'm still here to, for one, tell you guys that I've been through those type of situations. Other people aren't even around to tell you that. And if they are, they may not be in the right mind state from going through certain situations. And I'm not talking about people who was unfortunate and got hurt, being in situations like, it's like if you, going out with a good time with your woman and you at a restaurant and something break out. No, that's different. That's an accident. That's unfortunate. But we're saying if you, going through things and you live in a certain way, and now something happens like that, like so we got to understand, when you mentally on a different plateau from other people, it's gonna look awkward. But to you, where you stand, so it shouldn't matter how it looks to anybody else. If they say, he weird, or he did. I learned this. When you become intelligent and you become smart, you can avoid a lot of circumstances and situations, because you already kind of see those circumstances and situations arriving and coming. So you're like, oh, I see this storm, I see this hurricane. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. And people may say, you scary, or you this, or you ain't about this. It's not. If that's how they say it, you don't shoot that down. You don't be like, man, that's how you. Don't even do that. You have to have enough integrity, again, and enough intelligence to say, you know what? You're right. It just ain't for me, man. You know what? But I appreciate seeing you. Be safe. Love you. I got to go this way. You know what I mean? Because when you have peace with yourself like I am, I really sincerely love people. They may feel differently if I'm saying that and they say something that's, mentally not where I'm at. I'm not gonna say nothing negative, no, because I don't think people, when they tell you things, they're thinking of it of negative or positive. They sometimes people tell you things to see, what's your perspective, or sometimes people tell you things to see, if you're gonna ride with it, or sometimes people tell you things to see if you're gonna comment, or sometimes people tell you things to see if you can go back and tell other people. So it's so many various different other reasons why people tell us things. So we have to understand that. So I'm a firm believer in, if you stay to yourself and get where you need to be physically, psychologically, and your spirit gets right. Now, going amongst people, you really get to find out if all of those things are intact, because you're going to have to deal with people that's mentally not ready to do certain things, physically not ready to do certain things, psychologically they're not ready to embrace certain things, financially they're not prepared to handle certain things. So you have to put all those things together, but you have to keep them separate, so psychologically it doesn't bring you down if somebody doesn't have enough money or enough clothes or enough food or enough furniture in their house, or however it's going to work out. They don't have enough tolerance to deal with children, or they don't have enough tolerance to stand on the line to wait for their order, or they don't have enough structure in their life to understand when to do certain things and when not to do certain things, what to ignore and what to deal with. So how we do, guys. So all I'm saying is I wanted to freelance and freestyle today to show you guys that when you do, come to a lot of platforms on YouTube, I'm not saying that people have things premeditated or pre-rehearsed, but I told you guys, the Enlightened One, aka Highly Gifted, I told you, none of this is choreographed. None of this is pre-rehearsed. Only thing is pre-rehearsed is things that coexist with the show. Like I said, my name, and things that coincide with the show. Maybe how long the episode will be or what it will be about. But it's not like I have a pamphlet or anything written down, because we're not going to do that. Because again, you guys are open to always comment and share. So again, we can further what's going on here, because that's what we need to do in life. Always enhance somebody. Not bring nobody down and not point fingers at nobody. Because every time we point fingers at somebody, guys, it's fingers pointed right back at us, two more. So that one finger you point is two pointed back at you. So try to just be accountable for what you can fix that's in your life. And then maybe we can work on others. Despite, if we have children, or significant others in our lives, that's just as important as, what we got to do. Because nobody is more important than you first. So whoever those other people are, look to implement them, but always keep you first as your temple, so you can do what you need to do for our spread the love and the psychological, medicine and education that others may need, when they bump into or come to some sort of crisis. So, I'm going to close the video today, you guys. Please get down in the comment box. Let me know what's going on. Hit the like button and, share. I love all you guys. May God watch and, may God bless. I'm your host, the Enlightened One, a.k.a. Highly Gifted. This is Final Say. I love you guys. Peace, world.